easiest way at this juncture is to actually just drill new wells, which creates the original use. You're normally cash flowing within 6 months.
You are saying that there is an abundance of land out there in opportunity zones where you can tap into the oil and gas. I'm assuming that's like some sort of like mineral rights or like or drilling or something like that. Where how do you where explain the how do you generate revenue off of the land and energy?
So the opportunity zone tax law, you have to do, as you probably know very well, have to do a couple of things. You either have to substantially improve it or put it into original use.
Okay.
So the original use concept is really easy when you're drilling new wells. You can do it through pipelines by building new pipelines. You can do it through a source of other mechanisms. But the easiest way at this juncture is to actually just drill new wells, which creates the original use. You're normally cash flowing within 6 months. And the only real limitation is because of the outside basis rules. You're usually limiting distributions to whatever rate you can create outside basis. And not to get too tax sensitive, but that's usually 6, 8, 10% that firms who understand op zones will limit the distributions. And in today's market, they're probably earning triple, quadruple, quintuple that amount and reinvesting back into more and more wells. So you get a portfolio growth along with current income. Is usually very, very hard to do under the normal thought process of how opportunity zones work in real estate.
Okay, so as someone who does full transparency, I don't know anything about like the oil and gas fields. I don't know how they work. I see the little like horse drillers, that we got. So is that what we're talking about? We're talking about you guys buying a bunch of land and putting a bunch of like those drills and those rigs on it, and then that's basically pumping the oil and then you're shipping it off and you're selling it.
Yeah, so it's really what they call E&P, exploration and production, but it's pretty much developmental areas. These aren't high risk areas. These are the shale plays that you hear a lot about. Everything from the gas shale to the oil shale plays. In fact, the Permian Basin is littered with opportunity zones. Most of it is an opportunity zone, which is the biggest producing basin in the U.S. And so it's just this great concept that you go drill a well on that census tract. It generates revenue for the community, taxation for the community, right? So you're doing the part the opportunity zone is supposed to do. And then on top of it, the investors are potentially making fantastic returns in the energy space, depending on who they invest with, what the underwriting is, the rest of it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me that there's an abundance of oil-rich land out there that you can tap into with an opportunity zone. Most of them are in opportunity zones, so you're not having to go out and find diamonds in the rough or deals that are underwriting 150, 175, whatever deals before you find one. You can literally just like go at. There's abundant of these deals. You're basically flipping your cash into these opportunity zones. You're buying rigs and you're starting to drill. You're cash flowing within 6 months, and then you're taking that capital. And once that opportunity zone comes due, you have some tax benefits along the way with the oil and with the gas that pair up with the opportunity zone. So ultimately, you have a significant amount of losses at the end that you can write off against a whole bunch of other assets. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a really amazing tax concept. Assuming you like, the underwriting and the assets and whatnot, which is a whole technical part of the energy space, obviously. The tax law butts up with energy, I think, better than any other asset class.
That is super interesting.